John, I would imagine it's mostly relief that you're feeling after your first league win of the season, but also plenty of happiness in there. You did it the hard way, largely, having to hang on at the end. How are you feeling?
I just over the moon. The cliche footballers say over the moon. So I literally am. I'm just so happy for everyone at this club. Everyone has worked hard, and we deserve points and 3 points from other games, previous games that we haven't got. So, to get that over the line today, and that's what I wanted. We wanted to fight. Me and Jed wanted to fight from all the players. We spoke about fight all week. We spoke about not focusing too much on them, which is what we do. And we needed to get over the line no matter what. And I thought today they just showed the battle, individual battles, team battle. And, in the end, we won the war.
We'll talk about the game as it panned out in a second. What were those last 10 minutes like after you'd conceded? I
could just feel the nerves. But to be fair to the players, they stood up to it. So we asked them at half time. I told them, what was coming, and I said, "Listen, you need to stand up. This is a battle. This is a battle." And we actually went into war, and this was a battle. And it was a typical derby game, as we say. But it was just so important for everyone just to get that win and just make sure that we got over the line with the 3 points. And I thought fully deserved.
How much of that seeing it out, and how much of the benefit that you now get is psychological?
Well, it is psychological because straight away, like you just said about the conceding the goal, and then everyone else in the ground feeling probably the same because of what's happened previously. But you've got to give credit to the players when that happens and they do see it over the line. So I know that what's in the dressing room. We know what's in the dressing room, me and Jed, and we know what type of player we brought in. And we haven't got over the line with the minute. We've got some still young lads learning the game. I mean, Sonny Al-Joffrey for making his league debut was outstanding. So a couple of little bits here and there, mistakes, but the kids learn on the job, and that would put them in good stead. It was fantastic. Seamus Keneally can go through the old team. Billy, starting off the keeper. Faz was outstanding at the back. Zach Orr, Donald Love. So I could go through Nelson, Seamus, every single one of them. Kelsey Darrell up top, Sean Worley. So I was again. It was just a fight. It was the fight that I wanted to see. It was the fight that the club needed to see. It was the fight that the fans needed to see. And I'm just so happy for everyone at the club, and especially the owner and the board.
You did the damage in the first half to lead 2-0 at half-time. Talk me through the two goals. Firstly, what did you make of the penalty decision and the way that Costello dispatched it?
Well, I didn't see the penalty decision, to be honest. So I think the fourth official was in my eye line, so I don't know. So I couldn't really comment on that. And it's not a cop-out, because I would have told if I'd seen it, I'd have commented. And then the way he dispatched it was just great. So I was just made up, that would score the goal. It was made up for Dara.
The second goal, how important is that relationship that's starting to build between Mooney and Costello? Little header from Keneally, I think it was. Mooney flicks it round the corner and Costello's in. How pleased are you, obviously, with the way he took the goal, just but the way it came about?
Everything, Dan. So what you're saying there, Seamus' contribution, Kelsey's contribution, but you need to put the ball in the back of the net. And I've said that about putting it in the back of the net and keeping it out the other end. So, we've played some good stuff in previous games. Tuesday, we go back to that. And we didn't put the ball in the back of the net more than once. So, we had chances and we didn't do that the other night. But today we did do that, and that was great.
It wasn't without dramas, and we've talked about the goal that you conceded. Is there a fear in the back of your mind when Tollett pops the free kick in the top corner? Here we go again.
Yeah, there was, because that's the feeling that we've all had. So now I've just said to them, that's the psychological side of things that you just spoke about, the mentality of the lads in the dressing room. That we spoke about it through the week about, 2-1 does not become 2-2. So Port Vale, we touched on that game. So we've had meetings all this week after the Cheltenham game, and it was important that the message we got across, that it doesn't become 2-1, 2-2, whatever score is at that time. So, I'm so pleased and so happy for the lads in that dressing room, because, as I said, they went to war today. They went to a battle individually, and they went to war and they won it.
I asked you after Port Vale, if you take it personally, in this circumstance, are you able to enjoy it?
Oh, you've got to enjoy it. I've just told them in there, listeners, said you deserve that. That's long overdue. And you make sure you enjoy tonight. You make sure you enjoy that dressing room, get the music blaring, get it blasting, and enjoy every single moment of that, because, we look forward now, enjoy your night, but you look forward to your next time you get 3 points. What
can that do for belief, for confidence, for the bond between those players?
Everything. Well, you've seen in the dressing room, well, you wouldn't have seen, but when you go in the dressing room, they're all hugging each other and giving everyone high fives and everything else that goes with it. Everyone knows how dressing rooms work, and the best places in the world when you win a game of football.
You've got a difficult week in terms of the workload with a trophy game and then a long away trip at the weekend. will it help the boost that you'll get from those first 3 points?
100%. It'll help. It'll help when you bounce in and roll in, rock in, whatever you want to say on a Monday morning. That helps because wins are everything. Wins mean everything to everyone. They mean everything to our fans. Our fans were unbelievable today. You walked out and you seen them flags and you just think that they just sang right through the game. They done it against Port Vale at 2-1 and they done it again to keep the ball out the back of the net. And that's for our fans, as said, as well as the owner and the board and everyone else that works at this club. I'm just so happy, and it's just great to just get the 3 points and get over the line.
You mentioned Sonny El-Joffrey obviously making his senior debut. You didn't have Jake Batty. What's the situation there?
Jake had a knock on, mild concussion. He's back Tuesday, Jake, so he's fine. So we wanted to look after Jake in terms of that, to go through the right protocols. So Jake's fine on that side. But to bring Sonny in the way he has, Sonny El-Joffrey, and play the way he did, and his maturity that he showed, and especially, as you said, them Navy ends to get his head on things in clearances, and it'll put the kids in good stead. It was brilliant. But as I said, I could go through every one of them plays, Conor O'Brien, Donalds, Seamus, Nelson, Sean Worley, Dara, Kelsey, every single one. And the bench were brilliant. You wouldn't know, but the bench behind was brilliant. The lads was so happy. Ben Woods, Josh Woods, Michael Kelly, everyone was so happy, because we work hard as staff for these moments, and you've got to make sure you enjoy them.